to the latest news with the DreamDuo space program, and today we'll be discussing all the latest things that have been happening, like the Kookaburra 5 and ZOwn rockets, and the funding and all the other stuff. A lot of stuff's been going on, guys, and we want to get it out to you. So here we go. So guys, big announcement to make. You know how we used to use gunpowder for our fuel for our rockets? Well, guess what? Not anymore. Well, technically we still are for the small ones. For the large ones like the Kookaburra 5 and ZOwn, we'll be using a new composite type fuel, which we'll be using instead of gunpowder. And I have a picture of it right here. So anyways, pretty much when it comes to price performance of an engine, they actually work out to be cheaper and they're more eco-friendly. So it's an all-around win. So that's why we're going with these new Aerotech motors, as you just saw in the image. So we can't wait to start using these. They're more powerful, more reliable, hoping they're more reliable. And we hope to test it in the Ascender soon before we use it on the Kookaburra 5 and ZOwn rockets. I'm hearing a lot of rumors about a Kookaburra X or Extreme. This was the case a month ago, but it has now been cancelled 100%, and we are going with the Kookaburra 5 at the DreamDuo space program. We made this decision because the Kookaburra X was just too ambitious and we can't get around to building it or getting the funding. Since it looks like we'll be getting funding for the Kookaburra 5, we'll be building that, and it'll be launched sometime towards mid or towards the end of the year, probably in September around the ZOwn launch. But yeah, it's actually started being built already, believe it or not. We've built the boosters for it, and some of the architecture for the rocket, so the outside of it and all that stuff has already been planned. The rocket itself's been planned. All the designs are done. Pretty much all we got to do now is finish building it, and technically we are 5% into building it, so yeah, we're going pretty well on that project. And ZOwn's coming along pretty well as well, so you know, they should be done by at least July or June, maybe even this month, June, who knows. Now, the DreamDuo Network. Now, this network has not been going that well. It started really well, had a lot of potential, but since all the rockets are starting to get built, it's like getting left behind. Now, pretty much what's been happening is it's generating revenue and it's processing data for like places like SETI, and I'll put a link here to their website. Yeah, so pretty much it was making a bit of revenue, like selling shit and stuff like that, but it's barely even getting the cost of the bills for the electricity, you know. So look, it's gonna still continue. It's just not making any profit. It's just like there, and it supports itself, and that's it. And it's not like hasn't made any profit. It just barely covers the cost of itself. So if that will even continue or not, I'm not even sure. So that's pretty much it on the DreamDuo Network 2.0. Like, it will still continue, but I have no clue the next step it's gonna take. So, something I'm usually happy to talk about, launches, meetings, and gatherings. Not so happy about this month because of this East Coast low, and I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's actually really heavily raining outside. I don't know why it looks sunny out the window. I have no clue. So pretty much all launches for this month have been cancelled with immediate effect due to an East Coast low. Meetings, there'll be one hopefully in the next few weeks with the DreamDuo space program. We'll be also discussing when we're going to be building the Kookaburra 5 and maybe even start building it at that meeting. For gatherings, pretty much the same. Probably gather together, talk about what's going on, all that kind of stuff, and the DreamDuo space program, and discuss all the stuff at the DreamDuo Network and what's going on with that. And now for the monthly budget, pretty much $120 will be going towards the Kookaburra 5's development and starting to build it this month, or towards the end of this month. $20 will be given to the ZOwn project to get that up and running and painted. The mini rocket fleet, again, needs no money because it is pretty much self-sustaining. It doesn't need anything, you know. The DreamDuo Network, well, that has made none and used none. So that's pretty much it on that. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week.